Hello, folky folks. How you doing? Well, today is November the 9th. And I have been wanting to look at a few different things. Now, people have wanted me, because we all need a little bit of Schadenfreude, which I am glad to provide at no cost to you. Just hang through any couple of advertisements. But I will be looking at Trump, and I just want to see if he's climbing the walls. I know it's petty, and but I think my guides understand. I just kind of want to gauge where he's at. Interestingly enough, last night I was trying to read. I don't know if you follow me on my Instagram, but if you don't, it doesn't matter. What I posted was that I'd been really tired and I was recharging, and I was going to be looking at the readings I was going to do for today. And I tell you what, I was trying to look at some issues for some private client, and a couple of them, and I was just having a hell of a time. But one thing I did keep having happen was Trump and Ivanka kept interrupting, well, what looked like them, my reading. So I'm going to try and read today and see if it comes up again, because I wouldn't be reading on them. I would be asking about something else, and yet I would be shown this. Now, sometimes the tarot will do that to me. It's like, hey, trying to get my attention. So I need to see what if that comes back up. And there was something else I was going to look at. I don't know. I'll get back to it. So first, let's just take a look at what is coming up. There's something around Ivanka where Ivanka tries to I don't know, come forward and I think support her father, and it's just going to be the last thing. He's going to do something really, I got really awful. I think violence-wise, I think he's going to incite something before he goes that's going to really be upsetting. And that's what I was seeing last night, and I thought, well, yes, I did see in my other reading, but I want to see now. So let's see if I pick up on it again, because it was insistent. I couldn't really it was such a struggle to read on anything. This kept coming back. But I was too tired to film, and I knew that I just intuitively know that I need to rest, and that when I try to read, when I feel like this, I'm going to get like weird results like that. But let's just see. He is going to stall folks to the upteenth moment. You know, it's just, and I do feel that as time between now and when Biden would take office, again, I'm getting him just going down the, not Biden, but Trump just kind of deteriorating in between that time. Just, I think mentally for him, and especially because he's so fragile with his ego, that to be in office while Biden, who is not yet in office, is getting all this love is just demoralizing to Trump. And, tough stuff. Maybe if he had been a better president, he wouldn't be in this situation. But we know that was never going to be what was on board with him. So I see him, I feel like this is the second, no, this is like probably more like the third time that I've seen where I feel like the law has to kind of scruff him and kind of remind him that it's the one in charge, not him anymore. But I do believe this shows his state. I do believe I'm tracking, so I will read you what's going on with that. But as you can see, we see the deterioration and feeling outside of the inside, and Trump is not going to like that. Not going to like it at all. He is not liking it. I can't think of anybody who likes that. But for people like me who've been like this their whole lives, it's like, welcome, to the club, dummy. Although I'm not a jerk like he is. I can be a jerk, but I don't think anybody can be as big a jerk as Trump. I don't. So what I see happening, again, we're given a big fat weight. And Trump is not, as you can see, not going to like it with that 4 of Cups and that 5 of Pentacles. He is, while he has to stay, he's going to feel like leaving. Like, I get that the childish part of him, the petty part of him is like, F them. I don't want to do this. I don't have to do this. They love, they love Biden. You know how he is. So this is not going over well, about as you can imagine. We see him feeling very hurt with and lashing out. There's also confusion. He doesn't understand. He still thinks that there's some kind of possibility yet in his favor. I don't get that. Why would he think that? I'm thinking he's thinking what he can do before he leaves office. Pardons, God knows what horrible ideas. But it is petty. It is lashing out. It is what I told you that he'd do. And many other readers as well. That he will lash out until he's pretty much, a hook comes out from behind the curtain as in the days of vaudeville and pulls him off the stage. Lord. And there's a legal pressure that comes upon him also where his children are concerned, and where children in general, I'm wondering, is this children at the border? Is it his children? The past with children and COVID? Maybe it's all of the above. But the law comes for him with regard to that. you know, Trump is just, I'm just so glad we have one big giant unpleasant time with him yet. He won't be going away immediately, so to speak, after the election. We'll still have his mouth to deal with until he's legally not capable of going on social media and stirring people up. But I believe that it shows here he's thinking of ways to lash out in a way that causes a great deal of division and pain. He has this goal, a goal yet, I feel, that he's working on probably feverishly, with a little help of some Adderall and God knows what else, Diet Coke, I suppose, about probably 12 of them. And this is where I think the law is watching him very closely and quietly. I don't even know if he realizes that how closely he's being monitored. But he has lost. He's not going to be able to avoid having to confront his loss. And it is going to, I think, for him, kind of cycle him back to childhood. And that he's not getting his own way. He just, in the interim, just boils, his blood boils, and he does really not like the feeling of not being in, he doesn't like the feeling of being in the White House, but feels disempowered because everybody's loving on Biden. So look, he's up to no good here with the devil and the magician. So he's going to do something really messed up. The Hermit and the Sun. My feeling here is that despite his continued efforts to bring chaos with the devil card and division and all this upheaval, that there are people wiser in power that are going to shed light. And just basically my feeling that I got here was them throwing the spotlight as he's acting like this and what he's in the midst of on him, so that he's not able to get away with what he's trying to do under the cover of some distraction or darkness, so to speak. To me, this is Pelosi maybe stepping in. Again, I get the feeling that he's been doing stuff behind the scenes that is being monitored. And that will come out to the public later. He's confined from being able to claim victory. This is going to frustrate him and his ego to no end. Look, 9 and 10 of swords, donezo. It's just going to fry him, I think, kind of mentally, if you will. Do him in mentally and thought-wise. I really just feel like he's going to work himself up to a frantic kind of an ending. I don't think he goes quietly at all. So again, we're still not getting that. Okay, what can I share with people about concerning Trump and him being held to account? Will he be held to account? Somehow, some way, whatever way, I don't care. I just want him held to account. Will he be held to the public satisfaction to account? He'll die before he's held. I think, well, I don't know. I see him having to go away again with the 8 of Cups. And then he gets the 8 also of Earth. And this is over, we're dealing with something that's repetitious over and over again. We're dealing with counts, I feel like. So this also makes me feel like there's just so much litigation on this guy that he goes to a very dark place. And I think it kind of finishes him as a human being with that death card. Now that can denote actual death in this case. But I think it also denotes a very dark place of the mind, and also that his time of this shadow, these 4 years of living in a shadow that we have with him and the moon, is over. Well and truly donezo. And I think that it's going to be a devastating realization, not just for him, but for his family. I gotta say, they've never been held to account, so this must be a shock. It will be. In all honesty, oh God, Maya, learn how to speak. In all honesty, I do believe he'll end up passing through this. He goes into this shadow. He goes into his dark time. And these are also lessons that he has got to learn. And it's going to come at him boom, 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 boom with these 2 8s despite the fact that he wants to try to run off, or that's, it's like he's trying to outrun consequences, and he's not going to be able to. The end is the end is the end. And consequences are a process, a part of life that he has to face. I think it will be it's obviously very hard for him to accept that his time is ending. And that, he's going to keep up saying, it's, I'm the winner, all this crazy stuff. I think he will provoke and stir up provocation through anybody he can, through groups that are militia type, through individuals, through just any destructive vehicle, if you will, of a person and people that he can. I absolutely do feel that. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there. He will be dealt with. And I just see his end as very, very dark. Over and over again, I see a dark end for Trump. I see deterioration and illness, a problem with memory. It's like his brain ages more quickly with the stress. And it would be stressful no matter who you are to be in office and have somebody else that everyone is crowing about getting ready to come in. But especially more so if you're as delicate of a baby man like Trump. So, unfortunately, I think it will make him more hostile and angry. And I think he will lash out in a way that does hurt people before he leaves. Because that's really what he wants to do. He's very angry. Does not take rejection well. Think about the fact that this man has been accused, and I believe the accusations, frankly, of rape. And he doesn't handle rejection. He doesn't handle no. He doesn't handle not getting his way, and he physically lashes out in a way especially to hurt other people. So things that, though I don't think anybody thinks this election change is hopeful, but I think we're all pretty savvy enough, most of us, to know now we're going to have to really watch him between now and then, and it's not going to be pleasant. But the end of his days is coming. It's going to be bumpy. It's going to be a mess, but we'll eventually get this ship going in a better direction. So I bid you peace, and I'll see you in the next reading. And I hope this kind of helps in between time. If you're worried or feeling tired, whatever, I just suggest you rest. Take a break from politics. Do something else. Change it up. Do something with your hands and your brain to occupy and draw you in, and just heal your traumatized soul that has been through hell for the last 4 years. I'm doing it. So anyway, much love, and I'll see you in the next video.